So picture, you have a pile of money. You are Scrooge McDuck swimming through coinage. Now think, would I love to gamble? I've always wanted to try it. I just, the sensation of, you know, the spin of the wheel, the roll of the dice. Could I win everything? Could I lose everything? That thrill. But I'm also horrendously antisocial. And, as we've said before, I have this huge pile of money. I don't need any more money. So what I want is a place where I can gamble. I don't actually ever have to meet or interact with real people. And, above all, even when I win, I lose. And ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the Diamond Casino, new in GTA 5. Yes, finally. Take-Two have looked at EA. They've looked at EA and all of the bullshit that EA have gone through with their loot boxes, the whole FIFA stuff. Oh my god, their surprise mechanics. It's not loot boxes. We're not trying to sell people things that they have to buy because they want to play the game. No, there's just a surprise. It's a nice Kinder surprise for them. That's all it is. But Take-Two have looked at that and they thought, okay. Well, why don't we just say fuck you to EA, and why don't we just put gambling in the game? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so there'll be like a casino, like there was in San Andreas. No. Well, yeah, but what we want people to be able to do is to buy chips for that casino with real money. That's fucking genius. That's fair. It's so over. It's covert. That's what it is. Nobody will suspect. It's genius. Yep. Welcome to the latest update for GTA 5 Online, where you will be able to use your own money to buy pixelated chips that you will then gamble with, and if you win, you get to keep digital money that you can't do anything with apart from in GTA 5. Does that not sound fun? Are you not entertained? And do you know what's really worrying? What's really baffling to the mind? Is that I almost, just didn't give a fuck. I was almost at a stage I was like, yeah, and? It's just welcome to the shit factory. We have a huge mound of shit over there, just pile it on. I don't care anymore. Like, it used to be a point where I was shoveling this shit in gaming. I was like shoveling away, and the guy would be, there's another truckload of shit rolling. I'm like, no, and I throw it down. I'd be like, no, I try to shovel down. I'm not interested. I'm not shoveling it more. But now you just don't care. Now it's just like, fine, bring the next load in. We'll talk about it, but yet we'll keep shoveling it. We'll keep shoveling this crap, and it never changes. We all sit there and we all talk about how but when we unite as a consumer base and we say no. No to your shady practices, we will not stand for it anymore. We are the mighty knights of gaming, and we shall not stand for this intolerance anymore. No, just carry on buying it. We'll talk about how horrendous it is and how awful it is, and I've done it myself. I'm not sitting here as a virtuous warrior. I've done it myself. I've literally stopped playing Overwatch. This is probably a year or two ago now, but I stopped playing Overwatch, wasn't interested. They released, I don't know, I think it was the winter skins or something, and I was like, oh my god, I really like some of them, and I went and bought a load of them. Load of boxes, and I think I maybe got 2 skins out of it, and I bought a lot of boxes, I'll be honest. So I'm not immune from this, but yeah, as time goes on, and I can accept if something is good, okay, then I can accept that here is the good thing. If you want to make that better, you can. It won't affect the original. So, okay, you've got the world's greatest waffle. You've got some syrup on it. You know, you've got the foundation of a fantastic waffle. And then somebody says, okay, but look, what you can do, if you look over here, you've got some extra delicacies on top. That if you want to buy it, you've got some strawberries, chocolate sauce, whatever you want, it's all over here. You can put that on the waffle. But if you don't, the base waffle is still incredible and worth the money you paid for it. That is a long gone thing. That no longer happens. You get this shitty microwaved thing that's tiny, and all of the value, all of the good stuff you want is over here behind a paywall. And you have to pay ridiculous sums of money to make this waffle even fucking edible, let alone fantastic. Where is the incentive now as well? Where is the incentive now for Rockstar to make GTA 6? There isn't one. Or what they're going to do is they're going to say, look, let's look back at GTA 5, see what worked, see what didn't. Well, the campaign is, okay, great, but it's a lot of work for us to do for no payback. Yeah, people might buy... We get so much more benefit from purely the online side of it. Fuck doing that side. Same as Call of Duty. Call of Duty said, fuck doing campaigns. It gets us nothing. Online is where it's at because we can make money from that. Campaigns give us nothing. It's why single story player driven gaming is dying out. That's why I hold Cyberpunk 2077 in such high regard. I honestly do, because that style is dying out. I remember, such a golden age. I was watching It's a Gundam video on this exact subject, and he was literally saying this is the dark age of gaming, and he's right. It is the dark age of gaming. We had this beautiful golden time when, right on the cusp, before gaming went mainstream, but when there was money in it, so you could get the very best, most talented people, and they could deliver what was truly inspiring and passionate for them, and they could make that game and release it. That was the golden period. That was the golden time. This is not it. So what's going to happen, my prediction for the next Rockstar, is they'll go Bethesda, Fallout 76 style, and they'll say, well, the whole game's online now. It's a living world, and you're going to have your story inside that living world, but that's what it's going to be. There is no Michael. There's none of that side of the story. That's all gone. What we're just going to focus on is a living, breathing GTA world, and that's where your adventure is going to take place. And for people like me who actually found the campaign fantastic, thoroughly enjoyed the game, but don't overly enjoy the online side of it, yeah, it was fun for about 30 seconds when my mate dressed up as a crazy angry prostitute who was about 7 foot tall, and he would just go around beating the shit out of pedestrians. Yeah, it was amusing when we were playing it, but then it just wasn't, because it's the same thing over and over again. There's no big DLC, there's no new big interesting stuff. People can argue that there is, but there's not. It's just, there's some new cars, there's some new guns, and we've added in this thing, but didn't really take a lot of work, and it's really designed just to milk money from you. I mean, sad, I suppose, in this day and age, that is what counts as DLC. Jesus, that's a sad statement in itself. And I'd love to say to you that, we're going to rise up as gamers, there's going to be a revolution, there's going to be whatever else. There's not. We know that. This is the state of play as it is, and it's depressing to say that. The only way this is ever going to change is if eventually EA, Activision, Epic, or whoever else, Take-Two, as a corporation, say that their profits for the next quarter are going to be so ridiculous how they could never meet them. One of these companies has to fail and collapse. EA may be the closest to it, but I doubt that. Activision are pretty close. They're all on the brink, but they won't, because pay pigs will always feed them. What we need to be is not pay pigs, we need to be truffle pigs, because we need to find the gems in the rough. We need to hunt through all this shit, and we need to find the gems that are still out there. And they are there. Cuddles, who's also been talking about Planet Zoo, looks fantastic for PC. I myself have constantly spoken about Cyberpunk 2077. You look at the Witcher games. There are gems out there. They're few and far between compared to the shit, no doubt. I mean, Jesus Christ, you only got to look at the new Wolfenstein. Was it Wolfenstein Youngblood? That is a garbage of a game. That's a whole video on its own. But we need to look closer. And we need to sacrifice if we want any of this to get better. If you're happy the way it is, fine. Do you, baby. That's what it's all about. You do you. But if you're not, then be discerning and take a stand where you can. Yeah, it may not make a difference to the company, but it's only when we start doing that. Like, for instance, if you don't agree with the Epic Game Store, then don't go to the Epic Game Store. I know loads of people that are really against the Epic Game Store, don't like their policies. They go on Epic Game Store and buy a load of games because that's where the games they want to buy are. But if that's going to be you, then don't be then moaning about it on the flip side. I wish I could be more positive. I wish I could be all happy and sunny about this, but it's just kind of, well, fuck it. That's my lunch break over. I'm going to go back out and shovel more shit. Have a good one, everyone. I'll catch you later.